How's it going, everyone? It is Tuesday, October 1st, 2024. First video of the month. Let's get into the picks from yesterday. First was Carvana as a day trade long, bouncing off that 8 EMA. Stock was looking pretty good. Here was our first entry, missed that earlier in the day. Then we wanted to see a breakout through this high, and we could get back up to this level around 176. We had a one test fail, and then here's a pullback entry, could get in here. Second pullback, we're forming a bit of a higher low, but didn't actually end up getting the breakout, so this ended up being a no trade. Okay, we are still in WBA. And that is coming back down to earth. So after a nice little pop-up here, this stock is coming back down. We have our, it's looking a little wonky, but I believe we have our sell signals here. So we can ignore this exit signal. That's a misprint. We're on a sell signal here. Stock is picking up some volume, rejecting off of this downward sloping trend line. Get some alerts over here. So still looking good, and it's probably because of the market. We're going to get into that in just a second. So on a D1 basis, nothing has changed too much fundamentally or technically. We got ISM manufacturing that came out today. Still a little bit less than expected, still in contraction territory, although I do believe it is an improvement from last month. Yep, so we got 48.3 this month, 47.2 last month, so still in contraction, but definitely beating expectations, definitely lower than expectations, which were 53.5. However, because we're not as much of a manufacturing economy anymore, not as big of a deal. But there's still a bit of a negative reaction to that, right? We want to get any sort of measure of economic growth, and so that is one facet of it. The other part that we got was JOLTS, or the job openings. So we expected 8.0 million job openings. We got about 7.66, 7.7 job openings, which means that there's much less job openings than actually expected. So people wonder, if that's usually a sign for any kind of weakness or tightness in the labor market. If there's less openings, there's less hirings. That can mean that it could have implications or bearish implications on the economy. So that's sort of your basic, back of the envelope economic reaction. But what we really care about is the market reaction. So on a longer term basis, we know that we've had this nice little breakout, but we haven't really got any follow through. We've been compressing here for a little bit. And today it looks like we might get a little bit of a fun red candle. So zooming back into this M30 here, yesterday we got a bit of window dressing. The market had made this high over here, very, very weak grind up to new all-time high, immediately smacked down. This is a marginal new high. Got a couple of tests, couldn't quite get back below it. Today we are seeing some steady selling pressure. And I think the real clue is going to be looking at the M5 chart today. So market, small gap down, some nice steady red candles. We shed pretty much all of these gains from yesterday in 35 minutes. Nice heavy volume. Now we reached some support here. We see some fighting at the low of the day, but the market is unable to get off the deck and unable to hold through here. Excuse me one second. I'm going to short coin. Okay, so just took coin short. That's probably going to be my pick for today. And we'll take a look at coin in a second. But you can see how the market is unable to get off the deck. We're seeing some fighting over here, but we have this bearish cross coming in, and we have this bullish cycle, kind of bullish divergence happening. So here's a couple of clues. Steady selling pressure. The D1 context tells us to be cautious. We're getting some tails, but we're actually unable to really eat away at this long red candle. We're unable to get above VWAP. We're seeing some tails above bodies. Now, if we get a break of the low of the day with a 1OP bearish cross, that's going to send us a lot lower. I think coin is a very, very nice short. So took a position in coin, and let's just take a look at this D1 setup here. So crypto is pretty weak. I like coin especially because of this M5 price action. This has some room. What's this low at over here? 161.13. So we have some room until then. That's probably going to be my target. Gap and go, super steady selling. And we're just leading on this compression break right here. So I'm going fairly aggressive here in coin. But But I have a lot of confidence right now in this setup, and you can see really why I like it, right? Nice steady price action, a lot of red consecutive candles, hugging the low of the day here, made a new low of the day before the market, so that's my other big warning sign. And then, yeah, market looks like now it's starting to break through. Here's our move down, and there's a couple of other breaks. So that's coin. I took it live right here. Saw me pause the video, and I just explained why. So yeah, feeling pretty good about this breakdown here. Now we want to see a close below this level. That is going to be pretty important. So I want to see a close here. And if we zoom at coin, maybe look at some high volume candles. Yeah, it's really this big one here that causes quite a bit of fun. This open 162. So yeah, 162, 161, a little bit of support there, but that should be a nice little move down to that level. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Coin is your short. Another nice picks that I'll peruse through over here. Octa, nice move down. You can see how it's breaking through this. Rejected off here, starting to leak lower. INTU is pretty much down. Yep, getting through that low of the day here. That's looking good. Humana is looking pretty good, but you got to be careful because we are actually close to some horizontal support. So just make sure you check the D1 charts. Those, I mean, it's not always going to stop it, but it's something like this. If I see this kind of candle here, I'm not going to take Humana, right? It's a little bit too spicy for my taste. Now you can see how coin here didn't really react too much to this long red candle. We're getting a little bit of a live play-by-play. But this is a really nice entry point in this stock. We got good volume coming in over here on this candle. So it's probably likely we're going to see some follow through and probably test the 565 level. Okay, well, my order's not going. But here you see the live play-by-play. It's breaking down exactly on recording. So this is where you'd probably take a lot of your picks and then ride them down. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I want to make some money, and I'll see you all in the next video.